So I got a job on the other side of the country in Perth, and it happened really quickly. I only had about 2 weeks to get everything ready before I had to leave. I definitely needed my car, and I didn't know when I'd have an opportunity to visit these parts of Australia again, so I thought, why not turn it into a bit of a road trip. So I added a couple of detours to the map, stretched the drive out a few extra days, and turned it into a bit of an adventure. I absolutely beat up my two-wheel drive by taking it on roads that it definitely wasn't made for. I camped a bit to save some money and even slept in the front seat of my car for one night. And during that time, I only managed to break just one lens. I do think I took some pretty good photos, if I do say so myself, but honestly, I'm just glad that I got to see this part of the country, even if it was just for a short amount of time. I had about 2 weeks until I had to make my way west, and during that time it made me realise that I actually hadn't taken too many photos of my hometown in Wollongong, so I made an effort to change that because honestly I just didn't really know when I would be back. I walked around this part of Wollongong almost every day, but I never came with my camera. I guess it's because this is just so normal to me that I never really felt like it was worth taking the time to photograph. And that's a shame because I think the photos that I took are pretty good. Lately in the past year or so, I've been trying to take photos that evoke a certain feeling, whereas early in my photography journey, I only take photos of things that I think are cool, and there's definitely an overlap between those two things, but I think the reason why I never took photos of home is because it wasn't cool or it wasn't novel, so it just didn't seem worth my time. Out of all the shots in Wollongong, I'd say this is my favourite. Just has all the things that I'm looking for in an image, nice colours, a nice subject that's silhouetted, and it kind of gives off that moody vibe that I'm going for. After visiting all the beaches, I decided to head up to the escarpment as well. This is another place that I definitely took for granted, and now that I'm on the other side of the country, looking at these photos, it definitely makes me miss seeing these mountains every day. I guess I always just saw these mountains and thought they were small and lame, but they're still beautiful in their own way. So yeah, that was pretty much it in Wollongong. It was a good lesson to take my camera out more often. A lesson that I haven't really learnt because I've been in Perth for 4 months now and I still haven't taken my camera out to photo the area. But hey, that's alright. Alright. I'm on my way to Griffith. That's my first stop. Should only be like 5 hours, so I should get there around 2 PM, depending on how many stops I'll do. It's a good spot because it's like halfway between here and Lake Mungo, and I'm kind of worried about going to Lake Mungo because of the roads and whatnot, so yeah, we'll see. Almost immediately I stumbled across this controlled burn, and this was just a little one, but there'll be many bigger ones throughout the day. There are There's so many of these dead trees, but they're all on the other side of the road. And they look way better on the other side of the road. And every time I drive past this area, I always think that would be cool for a photo opportunity. But it's just hard to find a spot where I can pull off the side of the road to take a photo of them. Because they're all on the other side and I don't have to walk across the highway. And it sucks too, because the lighting is really good on the other side. Because the way I'm looking now, the sun is over here pointing this way. So everything over here is front lit. I just don't like that. Whereas everything over there is looking really good. There's like 3 right there. There's 3 dead trees right over there. But it sucks because I don't think I'm going to be able to get a photo. And it might be like this the whole way through as well, because I'm going from east to west. So I imagine every time I start the day driving, and most of my driving will be at the beginning of the day, I imagine most of it will be all front lit. There's a nice one here, but I can't stop. There's nowhere to really stop. There's heaps over there, but there's nowhere to stop. Even if there was a place to stop, yeah, the lighting isn't what I would want. So almost immediately after complaining that I couldn't find a tree, I found the tree. But I don't know if the photo will turn out good, but we'll see. Yeah. It's all right. Maybe if there's like clouds in the sky or something, it would look better, but I don't know. I don't think I can make it work. We'll see.
I don't know, I think it turned out okay. It's not the best thing that I've ever shot. I rarely ever edit in black and white, but this image definitely needed it. I do like how the sky looks darker than the foreground in black and white, but yeah, it's not the greatest. I kept pulling over to take shots of these dead trees, but there's nothing really to show here.
There's so many of these just fires everywhere. Like you can see them in the distance. And this is the closest one I've seen so far. I guess they're just burning something off. Alright, new ETA is 3:30, so there we go.
Alright, drive safe, yeah?
Yeah, alright. Talk to you later.
Okay, catch you, bye.
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 Just did another stop. I feel better if like I stopped, and I'd feel way better about myself if I knew the photos I'm taking when I'm stopping are good, but I'm pretty sure they're all kind of crappy because of the lighting conditions, or maybe I just suck at photography, either or.
I came across another burn and a bunch of tractors kicking up some dust, which was a pretty cool sight. Further up along the road, the dust that was being kicked up, along with the smoke from the fires, was creating this really cool haze. The sun was backlighting everything, which resulted in some really fun shots.
That's probably the best one for today. We'll see.
It was now getting pretty late in the afternoon, and I was running behind schedule because it was the first day on the road and I just had heaps of energy to stop at every photo opportunity that popped up.
This one's definitely the most dramatic
fire I've seen so far. Biggest one too. The sun's hitting it nice so it stands out. I hope that's coming across on the camera.
It was now getting close to 5 PM and I started to get pretty tired from all the driving and stopping, so I just decided to cut out all other pit stops and just pull straight into town. I ended up pulling into this pub, which was actually pretty nice, and I got some dinner. It doesn't look very nice now, but it was exactly what I needed at the time. So I crashed pretty hard that night and I definitely needed the rest because the next day I would be heading to Lake Mungo and I wasn't sure what the roads would be like, so I just wanted to be well rested for that. But all in all, it was really worth it. Even though I was super tired, I got to spend way more time taking photos than I expected. Like most photographers, I tend to avoid taking photos in the middle of the day, and I really only like taking shots that are backlit, so this first day kind of made me step outside my comfort zone and take some shots that I normally would have just avoided. Anyway, as soon as I arrived in Griffith, I was pretty much already gone. Today I had about another 5-hour drive to get into Lake Mungo. I aimed to get there at around 2 PM to give me time to set everything up, though as usual, because of all the photo stops, it took much longer than that. It felt like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the landscape just became super flat. It made finding good photo opportunities a bit more challenging on the road.
Hey, how you doing?
I made a quick pit stop at this homestead to make some lunch and stretch my legs. But I didn't stay for too long before getting back on the road. Now I was starting to get really into the outback of Australia. I've never seen these colours in the landscape before, so it was kind of like seeing snow for the first time.
Nice. It's crazy how in the middle of nowhere I am. Like there's just like nothing around. It's just so quiet. And I'm pretty much on like a one lane highway at the moment. So if another car comes through, well, we'll worry about that when it happens.
A little bit further up the road, I found some cool looking dead trees about 50 meters off the side of the road, but the midday sun wasn't really doing me any favors here.
I'll stay for like one more minute to try and get something good.
It was a cool find, but there's nothing really worth showing.
Here's the big challenge. About 50 kilometers of dirt road to get to Mungo. They say that you can totally do it in 2-wheel drive. But again, just because I feel like I'm so in the middle of nowhere, it makes me a bit worried, but it'll be good. I probably shouldn't do it, but
I'm not gonna lie, the drive into Lake Mungo is pretty rough. I've just never really driven on these kind of roads before, plus I had all my gear in the car with me, so I was pretty nervous about all that. I was doing like 60 kilometers per hour and like I was struggling, like the car was just sliding all over the place. But the guys out there doing like 110, but yeah, that wasn't me.
I had all this area to set up my tent. All this nice open area, and for some reason I decided to set it up right next to this bush. And that's where I'm supposed to get in. Like I'll fit, but like, I don't know why I did that. I'm too tired to redo it. So it is what it is. So I had a guided tour booked in at sunset to see the walls of China, and you can see them from a distance, but I wanted to go up close, and the only way to go up close and walk through them is actually book a tour and go through. Luckily, it was a pretty smooth ride to get there. It felt really great to be out here. This is a place that I've wanted to visit for a while now, so I was looking forward to it. And I was in luck because it looked like there was going to be a really good sunset.
Enjoy the walk.
And just like that, the sunlight was pretty much gone, so we started heading back to the bus. I did though step away from the group just briefly to try and get some photos of the formations on the way back. Just before we got back on the bus, I did take this one shot that reminded me of that one scene from Sicario. Deacons would be proud. It was another smooth ride back to the campsite. Though before leaving, I still had one more thing I wanted to do in Lake Mungo, so I had an alarm set for 3:30 the next morning. After waking up the whole campsite, I set off. So this morning I was heading a bit further past the walls of China, which is where I was last night, and I was going to a place called Red Top Lookout. I was hoping to get some shots of the sunlight hitting the tops of those rock formations. I thought it would be a bit tricky to get here, but honestly it was way smoother than last night and only took about 10 minutes.
There's just enough ambient light now. We can just see the formations pop up, but it's still kind of too dark to take any photos. So I'm just waiting for the sun to pop up.
Though once the sun did pop up, I took some absolute bangers. Pretty happy with all these, like the lighting is just so perfect. It kind of looks like the photos have just been taken on the surface of Mars. And once the sun rose a bit further, I got that warm glow I was looking for.
I was going to go visit this homestead, but it's a 2-kilometer walk out and 2-kilometer walk back. I thought you could drive there, so I was just going to go pop in, but I don't really have time for that because it's supposed to take about 3 hours. So instead, I'm just going to head out of here and head to Mildura. I should have enough fuel. I definitely have enough fuel, so it's all good.
I just wanna go out and walk.
Before I left Lake Mungo, I decided to just check out this old woolshed. I drove past it like 3 or 4 times, and since I wasn't going to the homestead, I thought why not pop my head inside here instead.
Tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out.
I'm glad I did visit because the sunlight poking through the windows and walls was pretty perfect.
I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our 2 arms. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine. I just wanna see.
Since I was heading further west, I took a different road to get out of Lake Mungo than the one I took in, and this one was even tougher than before. At least I got to see some wild emus and this sheep, I guess.
Next to me. I just wanna see the same things you can see.
After 2 days of driving my 2-wheel drive on dirt roads, it was so nice to get back on the pavement. First day and a half, I was so obsessed with taking photos of trees, and now that I'm actually in an area where it's super flat, and now they're literally everywhere, and I was like, oh, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered stopping. And I was pulling over and taking photos of trees that weren't even that good, but I was like, oh my god, here's my chance to stop and take a photo. There was so many opportunities to stop. I was like,
Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. I just wanna go out.